Upon arriving on the landing page, follow the registration link to set up a new account. Pick a valid email address and password. Also, you need to enter your first name and last name. Furthermore, you have to agree and read the end-user license agreements. Those open as a PDF in a new tab. After submitting the user registration, you are redirected to the dashboard. Now you can only search on the platform. In order to do business, you need to register a company. You can either enter a VAT number to get some pre-filled data or skip this step and enter everything manually. Keep in mind that all the data that's going to be submitted in this step can later on only be changed after revalidation by a platform manager. Also, all the searchable data can be entered in multiple languages for better visibility on the platform. We're now entering a company name, a trade name, which is a short name for better display reasons, the VAT number, which has to be valid since it will be verified by the platform manager, and we have to pick a business type and activity sector. The business keywords can give more detail about this. Also, we pick a year of foundation and enter the company address. After submitting the company registration, we are redirected to the company data page and now have to await verification by a platform manager. Once this step is done, you will get an email by the platform which says that the company has been verified. Now you have to log out and log in again, and you will be able to use your new user roles. You can now see the Welcome tab and can continue with all the other steps. Also, you can invite new members to the company by following the company members link. Just provide a valid email address and select some roles. Details about the roles can be found by clicking on the tooltip button. Submitting the invitation will again send an email to the invited member which allows them to register their account and get directly linked to the company. We're now going to take a look at the navigation. The dashboard gives an overview of all business processes, catalog data and company analytics. Publish allows for publishing products, services or logistics services. The search is the entry point for the text-based faceted search for products, services and companies. Advanced covers all the advanced services, those vary depending on the platform and user roles and have separate manuals. The cart is the shopping cart where products can be collected for ordering in a bulk. The chat allows for replacing the right-hand side of the screen with a Rocket Chat window. Rocket Chat allows for using general channels, direct messages to users, or business process related channels. The Federation button allows for the Platform Federation feature to be used in order to search and do business across separate NIMBLE instances. The Language button enables changing the display language. The Info button displays the imprint information and agreed upon end-user license agreements. The Help button links to this manual and allows for sending support requests. Support requests open a pre-filled mail template in a new tab. Platform covers all the platform-related features. Most of those are only available to platform managers, apart from the platform members overview. Company covers all the company-related features such as invitations, settings and ratings. The agents will later on be demonstrated separately. User contains the user profile and the logout button. Settings are available on a user and company level. The company profile simply lists the user data and allows for changing the password or deleting the user. The company settings again consist of various subpages. The company data has all the vital data in it. This can only be changed by sending a company data change request to the platform manager in a new mail template. Same goes for company deletion. The company details have all the additional information for better visibility of the company. Again, all the data in here can be provided in multiple languages for better visibility. In this case, we're just going to provide a company description and a website. When saving this information, we can see that profile completeness gets updated. Also, we can upload a company logo or more photos at work. Again, we can see that profile completeness gets updated. The trade details allows for adapting the business workflow and the different trading terms. Information about the different workflow steps can be found in the tooltips. We can change the payment terms, means, Incoterms, delivery periods, warranty period, and the data exchange service level for the data channels. Terms and condition allows for adapting the default documents and defining custom clauses. In this case, we're just going to pick one of the predefined clauses and add an additional custom one. We're going to call it new clause, add some description, and then add a customized trading term. We've got to give it a descriptive ID since it will be referenced later. There are various data types to pick from. In this case, we're just going to set it to 3 months. Delivery address allows for predefining multiple delivery addresses. In this case, we're just going to set it to the company address and save. Certificates allows for uploading certificates that will be visible on a company level and for picking the PPAP level in case this feature is enabled. We're going to set the PPAP level to 3 and add a certificate. In this case, just some meaningless file. Of course, this should be an actual document with a descriptive name. Catalog categories enables the management of favorite and recent categories, but this will be done during the publishing of products. You can publish products, services and logistics services. We're going to start with products and services. First, the user has to select a suitable category, either by traversing through one of the ontology trees or by entering a search term directly. In this case, we're going to search for an office chair and pick one of the meaningful categories on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we will get all the details and properties of this category. We can also favorite it for later use and select it for this publishing process. More categories could be entered, or we can continue with the selected category. We're going to auto-generate an ID and enter a suitable product name. In this case, we want to sell a premium office chair XT20. Also, we are going to add a logo for this. Keep in mind that again, all the searchable parameters can be added in multiple languages for better visibility. Going to add a description, perfect for long working sessions. In the details, we can define the dimensions or select some properties coming from the ontology. In this case, we're going to pick the product type and we'll have a light and a heavy variant of the chair. Furthermore, we can also add custom properties in case none of the covered ones are suitable. In this case, we're going to pick a cover. There are various data types to do so. Apart from that, we can also associate products. In this case, we are going to pick another product that's going to describe the cover that will be used to cover the chair. Here we're going to search for black leather cover, select a suitable product and continue with the publishing. Now the products are linked and will later on be displayed in the dashboard. The Price tab allows for defining the price of the chair. In this case we're going to charge 300 euros per item with a VAT of 20%. Also we'll add some discounts and charges. First of all, we're going to give a discount on the ordered quantity. When 20 items are ordered, we're going to give a discount of 20%. Furthermore, we're going to add a product property based discount. In this case, we're going to select the product type light and we'll add a discount of minus 5 euro per unit. This is actually a charge of 5 euro. The Delivery and Trading tab allows for defining the warranty period, the Incoterms, delivery period, and packaging types. The Certificate tab allows for adding certificates that are related to the product only. Again, we're going to select a dummy file and add the other type. Of course, this should be a meaningful document and descriptive name. Furthermore, we can select some applicable countries in case the certificate only applies to certain ones. In our case, this only holds for Austria, Germany and Switzerland. The LCPA tab would allow for adding lifecycle performance analysis data, which we're going to skip in this one. Clicking Publish and Exit will save the product and take us to the dashboard where we can then view our catalog. We are now going to continue with the bulk upload. In order to publish multiple products, we will again select one of the categories, in this case the favorite one from before, and then select the bulk upload on the top. We can now download a template for the selected categories. This spreadsheet contains some information about how to pass on the data, and in principle is the same as the form-based approach, just for multiple columns at a time. We can then append this template to the existing ones or completely replace all the existing data. In order to do so, we can upload templates and image packages. Next, we're going to take a look at publishing logistics services. For logistics services, no category has to be selected. Logistics services cover all relevant information on one page, like transport, warehousing, order picking, and so on. All information can be selected on the same page. In this case, we're going to add a road transport. Again, we'll auto-generate the ID and enter a descriptive name. In this case, we're going to have a truck transport that goes through Germany, Austria and Switzerland. Also, we're going to add an image for this product. Going to select the truckload as full truckload, have a door-to-door shipment of pallets in the wooden furniture industry. For the destination, we're only going to allow Germany, Austria and Switzerland. And for the origin, we're only going to allow Austria. Publish and Exit will again save this product to our catalog. The search takes us to the search page. The user can either search for a product, service or for a company. I'm going to take a look at the product and service first. On the top hand side we can always enter a search term and either search by the name or category of the product. Then we can style the page with different paginations, stylings and sortings. Also we can select directly the category of a product. In this case we're going to search for an office chair. We get some typo head suggestions as well. Now we can see a list of office chairs. We can drill this down by applying certain filters that are related to the product itself, to the vendor. In this case we're going to select vendors that are coming from Austria only. We can also filter by rating and trust scores of the company. In this case we just want to see companies with an overall rating of 3 or more. And we can apply some more filters here. Since there are no more relevant results for us, we're going to remove the overall rating filter by simply clicking on it. The first result seems promising, so we're going to go with this one. Next up, we're going to search for a company. Again, the user can directly enter a search term and has some company-specific filters. In this case, we're going to look for a manufacturer that's located in Austria and that delivers office chair products. There's only one company left, so we're going to select this one. On the details page, we can now directly see the company data and navigate to the store of the company. Again, this covers the chair we found before. After finding a suitable product, the user can start a business process. First of all, we're going to check the price of the product. In this case, we will see that the light variant is €5 more expensive, but ordering 20 or more items will apply the discount of 25%. We can see the details by clicking on Applied Discounts. We can also check the trading and delivery terms, the certificates of the company and product, the lifecycle performance data if there was any, and the company details we've seen before. We can either directly negotiate an order or start with an earlier process like the item information request. On the top, we can always see the details of the product, and we can start a chat related to this person's thread. The item information request allows the buyer to request additional information regarding a product or service. We're gonna skip this step. The production part approval process applies to specific sectors only. Details can be found by clicking on the link. We can select the BPUP level to get a predefined list of documents. We're gonna skip this step as well. The negotiation is the most important step. We can either directly continue with the manufacturing terms by providing all the required data, or we can offer counter terms. All the terms provided by the seller can be negotiated. In this case, we're going to request a longer warranty for a higher item price. Also, we'll check the terms and conditions. We can see the predefined clauses as well as the custom ones. In this case, we want to change the custom clause to 5 months. We can request data monitoring in case we want to exchange data during manufacturing. And we can request a frame contract. This means that the requested terms will apply for a certain period. In this case, we want to request a frame contract for 1 year. By sending the request, we have now switched to the seller side. The seller can see that there's an indication that something has to be done. In this case, we have to answer to the quotation. All the change terms are highlighted in red. The same goes for the frame contract and delivery details. We can now change any of these responses, reject the offer completely, or accept it. In this case, we're going to accept the offer. Now we're going to switch back to the buyer side. The buyer can see that his quotation has been accepted and a frame contract was established as well. You can now accept this final overview and order the product or request a new quotation. In this case, we are simply going to continue. In the order preview, we can again see all the relevant terms and conditions with the predefined and custom clauses and check the previous steps that have been executed. Now we're going to place the order. Once the order is placed, we have to switch to the seller again. The seller will now have to send his order response. This will establish a binding contract. Back on the buyer side, we will be able to see the overview of the order again, and we can now download a contract bundle. Downloading the contract downloads a zip file that can be often opened in a new tab. The zip file contains all the documents and messages exchanged in the previous business steps, as well as the purchase details and the terms and conditions. You can see all the relevant data, like shipping, invoicing, the comments, negotiations that have been performed, and all the defined terms and conditions, as well highlighted the terms that have been changed. Now the buyer indicates that the payment for this product has been performed. And we're switching back to the seller side. Now that the payment has been received, the seller can either search for a transport service or directly dispatch the order. We will show the transport service separately later. The quantities can be dispatched separately or all at a time. On the top hand side we can see that 20 items have to be shipped. We will say that we will do this in the next 3 days and send it via DHL. The advice now goes to the buyer. The buyer now has to confirm that he has received all the items and could reject items in case the quality isn't sufficient or some damage happened. In this case we're just gonna accept all the 20 items. Now we can again check the receipt advice and see that all the processes have been performed successfully. By clicking on the check icon, we can now finish the collaboration since it's been successful. Finished collaborations also allow for rating the seller company. We can rate the seller communication, the fulfillment of terms, and the delivery and packaging. The top level categories get filled by selecting a rating for the bottom level categories. Furthermore, we can provide a comment that's only readable by the seller. In this case, we've been happy with the whole transaction. Next, we're going to check how to automate business processes. On company agents, we can define agents that allow for automatically placing and responding to negotiations. We have to define the contract values, fulfillment times, a price risk percentage, and select some catalog names, product names, or category names. On the seller side, the general terms are the same, but we have to provide the ID of the item to respond to. Next, we're going to take a look at the transport-related business processes. To do so, we will search for a company that provides logistics services, has its origin in Austria, and offers overland shipment. We find a suitable company and visit its store. There we can see the truck transport defined previously. We're going to select the destination Austria, and this time go directly to negotiate an order. The request for information is the same. First of all, we have to define some transport service details. We will ship some office chairs, the 20 items from before, and those will have a volume of 40 cubic meters and a weight of 400 kilograms. Those will be handled on EU pallets with a size of 400 x 400 millimeters. As a pickup address, we're going to select our own address. As the drop-off address, we're going to enter the address from the buyer that we've had previously. He was located in Salzburg. Also, there are some negotiable terms. Since no price was provided, we are going to place an initial offer of €150 for the service. We want to pay via wire transfer and before shipment. Also, we already know that the products should be dropped off at the 13th of May and should be shipped within 2 working days. Now we're going to send the request. We're now going to switch to the logistics provider. Logistics provider can view the quotation very similar to the negotiation we've already seen. You can see the transport service details, the addresses and the negotiable terms. You can now change the terms, reject the offer or accept it. We will simply accept the offer for simplicity. Again, we'll switch to the seller side. The seller can again view the details of the negotiation and continue to the order process. He gets a summary of all the previous steps and contracts and can send the execution plan terms to the transport service provider. The transport service provider can now send the execution plan back. Again, we can get the overview, contracts and previous steps and accept. We can now see that the transport execution plan is successfully finished. Now we're going to take a look at the shopping cart. In order to add products to the shopping cart, we can use the search functionality. Again, we're searching for office chairs and find 3 very similar ones. We decide to add all these 3 products to our shopping cart. 2 of those are by the same seller and 1 is from a different one. Once all the products get added to the shopping cart, we can navigate to the cart itself in the upper navigation. The cart now holds all the 3 products added before. We can expand and collapse the details of each product. The pages are just the same as we've already seen on the product details page. We can now apply common terms to all of the products to be negotiated on. In this case, we want to have each of the products delivered within 2 working days to the same address. By clicking Apply Terms to Cart, the terms will get applied to every product in the cart. Also, we could expand one of the products and change the terms individually here. We're gonna skip on that since we've already seen it in the business processes. By clicking Negotiate Order All, a negotiation will be placed for all of the products. Again, we're getting redirected to the dashboard and can see the products from the same seller got grouped in one thread and the other one is a separate one. Now we can continue with the business processes just like we've seen before. We can see that there's the order and the 2 products from the same seller grouped into one thread. Now we're going to take a look at the dashboard. First of all, the purchases and sales tabs. Each business process thread has various options. In case data monitoring has been agreed on, we can press the arrow icon and get into the data channel negotiation. We can provide negotiation messages, associate sensors, and either use the NIMBLE Kafka streams or a private data storage defined here. We're not going to show all of this in detail since it's very similar to the normal negotiation. Clicking the check icon allows us to successfully finish a collaboration like we've already seen it before. In case a collaboration is finished successfully, the buyer has got the option to rate the seller like we've seen before. We can also cancel an unsuccessful business thread by clicking the X icon to cancel a collaboration. In this case, we have to provide a cancellation reason. We're going to select slow response time for this one. Cancelled collaborations can be rated as well. Also, we can expand and collapse the details of each process and see the previously performed steps. Clicking on the pencil icon allows us to rename the process group. Clicking on the frame icon allows us to group certain groups together to create projects. And clicking on the box icon allows us to move a thread to the archive, which can then be opened by clicking on Show Archive and back. On the left hand side we can select various filters to filter the threads. Also, we can directly refresh the page and create an export. Now we're going to take a look at the projects page. Here we can see the project that has been created before, and we can also see a time scale in case there have been delivery dates set for the products. The Frame Contracts tab lists an overview of the frame contracts that have been established during the negotiation. In this case, we can see the details of the frame contract we've set up before for the office chair. We can view the main terms, the terms and conditions with the clauses, and notes and additional files if those have been provided. For the other tabs, we'll switch to the seller side. The expected order tabs lists the products that might have to get restocked since they are part of other products that have been ordered recently. In this case, it's the black leather cloth that's related to the bought chair. The catalog tab shows all the uploaded products and services and interaction options. We can search, filter by category and prices. We can export the catalog, and we can add a new catalog or delete existing ones to group the catalogs in meaningful ways. The Favorite tab shows all the products and services that have been marked as a favorite before. The Compare tab allows for side-by-side comparison of two products. In this case, we'll take a look at two of the similar office chairs, the LT50 and the XT30. By clicking on the product, we can expand its details and see the product details side by side and navigate through all the different tabs. The Performance tab shows the company analytics on a database and log level. Here we can see some overall stats about the products and services and collaborations on the platform. Next, we're going to take a look at the Federation feature that allows for searching and doing business across separate NIMBLE instances completely seamless. In this case, we'll search for a product with the name of Federation. There's only one on our instance, so we enable the Federation feature. Now we'll see search results from all the platform included in the Federation. There's one with the name of Federation Test MVP that's coming from the MVP3 instance indicated by the small database icon on the top right. We can click on the product and retrieve its details just like it would be on the same instance. The same goes for the negotiation and order process. We're gonna move directly to the negotiation and provide an offer of €50 for this process. Now we're going to switch to the Aura platform. As you can see of the URL, it's running on a completely different domain. In the Sales tab, we can now see the exact business process that's been placed before. We can view the details and respond to it just like it would be any other process. In this case, we're just going to accept. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at the platform management. When logging in as a platform manager, you're provided with more options under the Platform tab. In this case, we're going to take a look at the company management. The company management lists unverified and registered companies on the platform. For unverified companies, we can view their details and we can verify or reject them. For registered companies, we can also view their details, and according to the company settings page, we can fulfill the data change requests or the deletion requests that have been sent by the owners. Both tabs or for the familiar search functionality we've seen multiple times. The trust policy configuration allows for adjusting the metrics applied when calculating the trust scores of a company globally on a platform level. Weights and limits of predefined metrics can be changed and a recalculation can be triggered. Details on the syntax and format can be found in the tooltip on the top of the page. The platform analytics provide log and database analytics on a different level. We can see interactive Kibana charts with hover effects for users, business processes, products and companies.